Alright, so welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Now, if you've got a Moto Guzzi or a cafe racer, and you want to add a front cafe racer fairing to the front of the bike, this is the one that I prepared earlier. This is how you do it. So this is a standard generic cafe racer fairing. It has been painted to match the rest of my bike. As you can see, they come black primered. They come with either a clear windshield or a black windshield. They do not come with these grills. I'll get into that in just a little bit. They just have a 7-inch opening for the headlight. And you do not have to modify these for the V7 racer. You can leave this exactly as is. They have all the tabs, they come with the brackets, and they come with the bolts. So all you need to do is take your eBay purchased or Amazon purchased cafe racer fairing, paint it to match your bike or leave it black. And then if I move over to here, I've got the fairing brackets to show you. So the headlight normally sits back about 2 inches in between this bracket on either side. Okay, and in order to get the fairing to fit properly over your gauge cluster, you need to extend the headlight forward by 2 inches. And I did that by adding a metal bracket here. This is basically about 2.5 inches long. 2 holes drilled, standard fitting bolts, and a couple of spacers. So you can see the aluminum spacer here. That is basically the thickness of the welded bracket on the headlight fairing. So in order for this to take up the slack, you need to put some form of spacer here between the bolt. And then you can use your existing bolt to mount everything to on this side. So all you're doing is moving the headlight 2 inches forward. But like I said, you will need a couple of spacers or an angled bracket. You could do an L angled bracket and that would work. I just decided to go with a spacer and a heavy duty bracket here. So first of all, you need to do that. Once you've done that, you take your existing brackets that come with the cafe racer fairing. This is a single piece metal bracket that is designed to fit between, go back to my fairing here, it is designed to fit between here and here, these 2 tabs. Okay, bottom one, top one, and it comes with all these connecting bits. So in order to make this work and utilize the existing bracket, this looks like a single piece bracket, but what I've actually had to do is, if you use it as a single piece bracket and this comes down here, this bottom piece, which is on the inside here, would come straight down and it would be about 2 inches out. Now, you can bend it, you can manipulate it, you can shape it to actually fit and work with a little bit of trial and error. But the easiest way for me and what worked for me was just to cut the bracket in half, drill 2 new holes, and mount one on the outside and one on the inside of the headlight mounting bracket bolt. So you're using an extended bolt, slightly longer than the one it comes with, and you're mounting it this right here through the bolt, and on the inside down here, you're mounting it on the back side of the same bolt. So all it does is separate the 2 pieces that used to be 1 piece. And then you'll find that these 2 brackets line up perfectly with your headlight cowl. You don't have to bend anything, adapt anything, you know, and you push the fairing out in the wrong direction. It'll just line up perfectly, top and bottom holes, and the fairing will just come to the top of your headlight cluster gauge. So that's it basically. It's super easy modification to make. Only thing you need to purchase or fabricate would be a small bracket here, 2 inches long, and a couple of spacers, and maybe an extra inch, inch and a half on your bolts in order to go through the holes and add the extensions. As far as the grille goes on the front, the stock headlight, this stock headlight, it's a 7-inch headlight, but with the chrome surround, it's 7 3/4 or almost 8 inches because of the extra ½ inch of the chrome here. So you either have to remove this chrome bezel, or you need to accept that the hole in here, 7 inches, is not going to come all the way forward. So what I did was, in order to fill that gap between where the headlight sits and where the front of the cowling is, I wanted to add this metal grill guard. So the metal grill guard, again, Chinese, Amazon, eBay, there's a lot of them. They come in all different shapes and sizes with different designs for the front. You can mount it horizontally, like I've done, or vertically. They have crosses, they have stars, they have all sorts of symbols. I just went with the standard one. The tabs on the side I had to modify because they come with a 3-inch or a 4-inch metal tab, which is designed to mount to the headlight mounting bracket. That's not going to work for me because I would have to cut into the fairing or wrap around the sides of the fairing. So I figured the easiest thing to do would just be to cut off the extension pieces on the side and drill a new hole and rivet this directly to the front of my cowling. So it's mounted permanently. You could use screws and bolts. This isn't going anywhere. I didn't want screws and bolts, so I went with pop rivets, stainless steel pop rivets, painted to match. So that gives you an idea of how this is mounted to the front. And this is, again, a standard 7, I think 7.25 or 7.5 inch headlight shield, protector, whatever. So there you go. Just a simple way to customize and create a really nice custom look to the front of your bike. And they actually work. I can guarantee that this will throw the air up over your helmet when you ride and give you a little bit more protection and less buffeting. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on the bike and then show you what it looks like when it's done. All right, so here it is installed. As you can see, it fits absolutely perfectly. Centers. And you've got a single mounting bolt here on each side. You can see the bracket comes down, reaches here and holds it firmly. And then on the inside there, you can see the other mounting bolt that goes through and connects there. As far as position on the gauge, it comes right to the top of the gauges. And if you don't extend the headlight forward, this is basically, there's no way to, you know, it's just too close. The top of this is going to hit at this level down on the your gauges, your instrument cluster. So you really do have to move your headlight forward in order to mount this. Or drop your gauges down. They do sell drop kits for these gauges, and you can actually lower them by a few inches, and then this would work in the stock position. But that's an extra kit that you'd have to purchase in order to make that work. I didn't do it, so I don't know if it does actually work, but I wanted the top of the windshield to reach the top of the gauges as it was. So there you go. One custom front fairing on a V7 racer. These I think run about $40 and the grill ran about $17. So figure 60 bucks and you're done. Which I think for something that looks as custom as this is extremely good value for money. Thank you all for watching. Please ride safely. Come home alive.